Vale, aquí hay enfermos despiertos. Esta mujer se puede hablar con todo el mundo. Increíble.
Good evening, madam. Can I help you?
It's my son who needs you, sir.
I'm Dr. Jonathan Reid. How can I help your son?
I'm Beatrice Goswick, mother of Mortimer Goswick. Could you check on him, please, Dr. Reid? I've heard much of your talents as a physician.
What do you
Sí,
think of your
vamos a hurgar la
reception
herida.
here? Any complaints?
I have had the uttermost reservations about this hospital since we arrived. But we had no other choice, considering the state of emergency.
Is there something in particular that's bothering you?
Some of the staff were not especially welcoming. I suspect they're not accustomed to dealing with patients of such social standing.
Claro, esta es una riquilla, ¿no? Quería que la atendieran la primera. Beatriz cuestiona la eficiencia del Hospital Pembroke. Háblame de usted.
What can you tell me about yourself, Mrs. Goswick?
Not much to say. Just take care of my Mortimer and I'll cover all the expenses. That's all that matters.
¿Tiene tanto dinero?
Are you really that rich? Most of the patients here are of a more humble origin, if I may say so.
Yes, thanks to my husband. May he rest in peace. I can cover any needed medical expenses.
¿A qué se dedica?
May I ask if you have an occupation, Mrs. Goswick?
I'm a teacher by profession.
Ah,
I teach
maestra.
young women who are more ambitious about their futures than their families.
Vale, hábleme de su llegada, a ver qué sacamos de ahí.
Tell me more about your arrival at the Pembroke Hospital. What gave you such a bad first impression?
The ambulance driver was quite rude, for a start. And that nurse, Miss Hawkins, seems to have quite a dubious attitude.
What do you mean?
She managed to secure a bed for my son despite the epidemic. It was a relief, but it wasn't cheap.
Ajá. La enfermera te sacó la pasta, ¿no?
She charged you for a bed?
Yes, and I paid without question, considering the urgency of the situation.
Qué turra la enfermera, tío.
I share your concern, Mrs. Goswick. Be sure that I'll talk to the people involved.
I don't expect compensation, Dr. Reid. But I'm aware such behavior would not be tolerated in other hospitals.
Hombre, la buena mujer Putin también tiene razón, ¿no? Mira, 4. ¿Preguntas personales? No.
Goodbye, Mrs. Goswick.
Bueno, vamos a ver si podemos ayudar al hijo.
Good evening. I'm Dr. Reid. Can I help at all?
No,
Really? Why are you here then?
I don't want to talk. My throat hurts too much.
I suppose that this pain is the reason you're here. Is someone taking care of you?
Yes. And no.
Could you at least tell me your name, sir?
Mortimer. Mortimer Goswick.
Me duele mucho la garganta.
How painful is your throat, Mr. Goswick?
So painful I'd rather not talk at all, Doctor.
Debemos
I'm
comunicarnos.
sure you realize a doctor and his patient have to communicate, sir. Would it help if I gave you some paper and a pen?
Not really.
I see. Then maybe it's not just your throat that hurts, Mr. Goswick. Perhaps your sore throat is just the consequence of something more hurtful.
Yes, maybe. But I don't want to talk or even write about it now.
Vale, y antes de eso, háblame
Tell
de
me
ti.
about yourself, Mr. Goswick.
I don't want to talk, Doctor.
Bueno, no quiere hablar, cierto.
I have to go now, sir.
Ay, me he equivocado de botón.
But
Mierda.
don't hesitate to contact me if you need any help.
No, que me he
Good
equivocado de
evening,
botón.
Mr. Goswick.
Venga,
How are
buenas
you?
noches.
I'm okay.
Venga. Su
Why did your
hospitalización.
mother have you hospitalized here? She seems convinced this is a bad hospital.
My mother just wants the best for me. She won't rest while I'm here. She'd go all the way to hell and back to help me.
Está en buenas manos.
Pembroke Hospital may look unorthodox, but rest assured you're in good hands here.
It's not me you have to convince, Dr. Reid. It's my mother.
Madre te está haciendo bullying.
Is your mother bothering you? As your doctor, I can ask her to leave you alone if you would prefer.
That's tempting, Doctor. But you have no idea what my mother is capable of. She would tie herself to my bed if you asked her to leave.
Vale, ¿y lo puedo revisar? Ah, está agotado. Curar con tratamiento para el agotamiento, que no tengo nada.
Do you need any help?
I'm afraid I may, sir. I don't mean to be a burden.
Ofrecer remedio, pero si no tengo. Vamos a ofrecérselo, pero bueno. Ah, claro, no tengo.
I will see you later.
Si es que no tengo nada. Nada.
I have to go now, sir. But don't hesitate to contact me if you need any help.
Good evening, sir. Doctor.
You always knew the words to calm the children, Helen. As for me, what a blundering idiot.
¿Qué habla, muchacho?
Good evening, sir. I'm Dr. Reid. May I help you?
I don't know if a third opinion is needed. Your colleagues are already arguing about my condition.
I see. Would you mind telling me more about your situation?
I'm Harvey Fiddick. All I want is to get me bloody arm fixed properly.
Vale, a ver, cuéntame qué te pasa.
Tell me about yourself, Mr. Fiddick.
I'm just a regular guy waiting to get his arm fixed, so I can return to work and to my family.
I was more curious about what you were doing before being hospitalized.
I'm a carpenter, and a good one too. But that means I need both arms to feed my family, Dr. Reid.
A ver, sobre el hospital.
Are you satisfied with your treatment here?
Well, it's clear that I've chosen a bad time to be injured. Forgive my bluntness, but you seem overwhelmed by cases of the flu.
I won't lie to you about it. I'm afraid we are.
Are you sure you don't want to operate yourself, Dr. Reid? I have the feeling you're very capable, and your colleagues seem to think so too.
In other circumstances, you would be right. But for now, I don't think I can take on the responsibility. My apologies. Tell me about the doctors who are arguing about your case.
Strickland and Aykroyd. They both want the best for me, but there's a lot of pride there. Doctors are no different from carpenters, it seems.
What do you mean?
I often had professional arguments with rivals on a building site. Difference is, I disagreed about wooden nails, not flesh and bones.
Nada. Este hombre está
Is there
sano.
anything else that's bothering you? Can I help in any way?
I'm all right. Considering the state of this place, I should consider myself lucky, I guess.
Goodbye for now, Mr. Fiddick. I'll see you later.
Claro, es que supongo que hasta que no llega al despacho y empieza yo a hacer mis potingues y pueda curar a la gente, pues esto es un poco para nada. A causa de la gripe, este hospital no admite más pacientes. Vuelvo a casa. Esto está hasta la bola. Por ahí se puede salir. Este hombre ya hemos hablado con él antes.
Here again.
Good evening, sir. Can I help you?
Unless you're here to fix my face. No. I don't think you can help me.
I'm Dr. Reid. I've recently taken the position of head surgeon here. War injuries, am I right?
You guessed right, Doctor. German shell took my pretty little mug right off. But they still call me Thomas Elwood.
Cara, ¿cómo te va aquí?
How is your stay with us, Mr. Elwood?
Oh, it's bliss. I just escaped death in the trenches to be surrounded again by the moans of the dying.
Can I ask you precisely why you're a patient here?
It's the pain, sir. The drugs don't work. It just hurts under the scars, if you get my drift.
¿Me puedo hacer
Can I do
algo?
anything for your pain?
Nurses gave me a bunch of pills. No effect. Told you. It's like the flames are under my skin, burning away.
¿Y quién te está tratando? No será el cretino ese de antes, ¿no?
Who is treating you? Is someone in particular looking after your case?
Nobody since the old and tired doctor spoke to me. Started to think I was forgotten about. Wouldn't blame you.
You don't seem worried by that.
My face hurts so much more when I smile or cry. I've learned it's easier not to speak. But be assured I'm smiling inside.
Vale, y este tiene... Bueno, pues no sé, no veo el nivel. Está sano.
Soldier, do you need assistance?
I'm fine. Just do something for this pain, will you? That's all I'm asking.
Vamos a preguntarle cuánto tiempo sirvió.
Where were you stationed, sir? Did you serve for long?
I really don't want to talk about all this shit.
No offense. I was pushing too much. I served in France myself. I just wanted to know what happened to you.
You were an officer, weren't you? Then I doubt we fought the same war, sir. No offense.
Vale, y poco más se puede hablar con este hombre.
Goodbye for now, Mr. Elwood.
Disgust on every street corner.
Y aquí está el que rescatamos, ¿no?
Good evening, Mr. Hampton. How do you feel?
Dr. Reid, is it? Oh, sir, I must apologize for my behavior.
What do you mean?
I was not myself in the factory. Fear and exhaustion made me say awful things to you, I'm afraid.
You remained perfectly nice and polite. A little delirious, perhaps. But who wouldn't be after enduring an abduction?
Thank you, Doctor. That's a relief. Now all I need to do is rest and return to my flock.
¿Cómo acabó en la guarida de William Bishop?
How did you end up in William Bishop's den?
I had received alarming news about his recent behavior. I went to his place and he refused to let me go.
¿Por qué lo secuestró?
Why did he abduct you?
William was an alcoholic. His addiction suddenly changed to blood. I don't know why. Just like a patient I met here. This Miss Hawcroft.
¿Es usted un héroe o muy estúpido?
You dared to enter this awful place alone. You're a hero, Mr. Hampton. Or a fool.
I'm just a man trying to help his friends, Dr. Reid. William Bishop was a conflicted soul, searching for light.
Sobre Tom Watts.
Do you know Tom Watts? The bartender from the Turtle. I met him before I found you in the canning factory.
Tom? Yes, of course. Always the helping hand, good old Tom. Without men like him, corruption and despair would have wiped out the East End long ago.
Desesperación.
People are still in despair.
How could it be otherwise? The authorities have left us all to rot in this contagious nightmare. No drugs, no advice, nothing. It's a damn shame.
Who should
Corrupción.
I avoid in this part of town, then? Any particularly evil figures?
Not really. Most men and women are just doing their best. And it's not my habit to speak ill of people I know, Doctor.
¿Cuál es la situación en los muelles del East End?
What is the general situation in the East End docks?
The situation has always been tough, with a lot of tensions between the gangs and the Dockers' trade union. The wet boot boys are very nervous since they lost their leader.
¿Quién dirige ahora la banda?
Who leads the gang now?
Since Clay Cox went missing, it's his wife Edwina who runs the show, with the assistance of her minion, Booth Digby.
¿Has recibido amenazas de la banda?
Has the gang been threatening you?
Ah, no. I've had this nickname for so long, you know, the sad saint of the East End. No one dares to bug a saint, not even criminals.
Vale. ¿Cómo se encuentra?
How do you feel, Mr. Hampton? Medically speaking, I mean.
I feel exhausted. Beyond exhaustion, actually. William drank so much of my blood in his madness. I feel empty.
You're in good hands here. Dr. Swansea is well versed in blood transfusion, and I'm sure he'll take the best care of you.
Thank you, sir. I believe all I need is rest. And then I can go back to the people who need me.
¿Y a qué se dedica?
What do you do for a living, Mr. Hampton? I can't help but notice the cross around your neck.
I manage a night asylum for the poor and homeless of the docks. And I try to guide the lost and hesitant on the right path to our Lord.
¿Es usted sacerdote?
Are you a priest, Mr. Hampton? A deacon, maybe?
Not at all, Doctor. I'm just a man of faith willing to preach the good word.
¿Por qué no utilizó esa cruz contra William?
Why didn't you use your cross against William Bishop? To repel him somehow?
That's a very strange question, Doctor. A cross is no magical token, if that's what you were trying to say. Not mine, anyway.
Vale. ¿Ha entablado amistad con alguien desde su llegada?
Have you made friends since you arrived?
Not really, but I recognize Miss Harriet Jones. I knew her when she lived by the docks. That poor woman had such a miserable life.
You never came to see her here at Pembroke? Receiving visits when sick can be an important part of the healing process, you know. We're not just bodies.
You're preaching to the converted now, Doctor. To be truly honest, I thought she was dead. She left the docks many months ago.
Goodbye, Mr. Hampton. We'll talk again later.
Here again. I wonder why the Goswicks came here.
I cannot enter.
Está cerrada también. Esta es la enfermera de antes. Que hay un póster. Se necesitan enfermeras. Tengan piedad, dependen de ustedes. ¿Y esto es una paciente que se ha levantado o qué?
Good evening, miss.
Uf, qué
I'm
cara
Dr.
lleva.
Reid, the new surgeon at the Pembroke Hospital. And who are you?
Your name has no meaning to me, mortal. You're nothing but dust blown by the winds of eternity.
I beg your pardon?
What are you begging for, mortal? My clemency? Well, tonight maybe I'm inclined to mercy. You'll never forget the night you met Thelma Howcroft.
You keep calling me mortal. Why is that? And if I'm mortal, what are you?
Well, Dr. Reid, if you must know, I'm a vampire.
Así que eres una vampira, ¿no?
And why do you believe you're a vampire?
I don't need to believe anything. It is what I am. It is what I feel within this hollow shell of flesh.
Descríbame sus síntomas.
Please, describe to me how you feel. What is it like to be a
Nosotros lo sabremos bien, somos
Hear
un
my
vampiro.
body crumble from the inside as my flesh cracks and fades. I sense the last pulse of postulant blood within my drying veins. I need new blood.
Bueno, no me creo nada. Tú estás más para allá que para acá.
I see. Have you ever heard of Cotard syndrome, Miss Howcroft?
Never.
It's a mental illness discovered by a French neurologist named Jules Cotard. The affected patients are delusional. They believe that they are putrefying, that they are dead, a ghost or a ghoul, or in your case, a vampire.
Delusional, you say? Ugh, sad and petty mortal. You can't even begin to understand the concept of immortality. And you think it is I who am delusional.
Thelma sufre el síndrome de Cotard y se crea un vampiro. Ya te digo yo que esta de vampiro tiene poco. Mira, tenemos este con agotamiento. Y todos los demás están sanos. Es una
I'm
paciente.
assuming you must be a patient here. Am I right, Miss Howcroft?
It's only a cover. To hide from my enemies. I can leave whenever I want. As a woman, a spirit, fog, or bat.
Sus enemigos.
Who are these enemies you mentioned? Can you describe them?
I cannot say for sure. But I sense their eyes on me from nearby. I feel them watching me every time I visit the garden near the morgue.
The staff here are not your enemy. They're here to help you, to care for you.
I'm not speaking of the doctors in white. I'm speaking of the men and women who hunt me. For I am a vampire.
I see. Don't worry. These people will not find you here. I'll personally make sure they leave you alone.
Thank you, mortal. But do not interfere with them, for you are no match for those that hunt me.
Bueno, está muy metida en el papel, ¿no? ¿Quién eres?
Who are you really, Miss Howcroft? I mean, apart from being a vampire.
Is that not enough for you, puny mortal? What do you require? Proof of my powers?
I'm curious to know who you were before becoming a vampire.
It was such a long time ago, I don't remember. Centuries of unholy life can have strange effects on one's minds, you see?
Bueno, mira. Ya está, chata.
I'll leave you, Mistress of the Dark, to your nocturnal activities. It's locked, all right.
Está cerrado esto. Bueno, pues vamos a ver si encontramos... Ah, aquí no ha entrado, ¿no? Botella pequeña. Pues por aquí puedo salir, pero yo quiero ir a mi despacho. Que se supone que era la segunda planta a la izquierda. Mira, botella de ginebra, botella pequeña. Una sierra nunca viene mal. Mentirosas y ladronas todas. Ah, esta es la del hombre que está quemado abajo. Está desfigurado por una bomba. Afirma que tiene mucho dolor, como si las llamas siguiesen ardiendo bajo la piel. El reconocimiento de los tejidos cicatrizados no muestra signos de inflamación, infección o tumefacción. La cicatriz está limpia, podría tratarse de un caso de daño neurológico irreversible. El paciente se culpa a sí mismo de su desfiguración. Culpa del superviviente, dolor fantasma. Es que me ha recordado Phantom Pain. Que se manifiesta como castigo por no morir junto a sus compañeros. Pues sí, supongo que podría ser eso perfectamente. Sí, mira este hombre cómo ha quedado. Quedado fatal. Ah, no me jodas, es coleguita de Thelma Hawcroft, de la vampira. Pues vaya dos patas para un banco, ¿no? Para que no puedo. ¿Qué hay? Doctor Tippett, Strickland, Aykroyd. Pues entonces, esta no es mi despacho, ¿no? ¿O sí?
This must be the place.
Doctor Reid.
It's definitely away from prying eyes. Relegated to the shadows. A kingdom of my own. At least I won't be sleeping in a coffin.
Oye, pues a mí me molaría que durmieras en un ataúd, te lo digo ya. Hola, estos artículos sobre los ¿por qué ponen tanto texto, tío? Sí, bueno, habla de los poderes de los vampiros, de que pueden poseer a la gente, borrar recuerdos, implantar recuerdos falsos, debilidad por la sangre. Vale, pues muy bien. Deberían de inventar otro método que no sea hartándote de leer. No me gusta cuando ponen eso en los juegos.
The flower's dying. It needs water.
Ah, ya estamos. Que le gusta a Dontnod que nos carguemos plantas regando las demás, ¿eh? Seguro que se puede regar. Ya me cargué la de Life is Strange, seguramente me cargaré esta. Vale. Y aquí podemos hacer tratamiento para el agotamiento. Necesitamos frasco que tenemos, quinina, tartrato ferroso, solución de hipoclorito de sodio que no tenemos. No podemos hacer eso. Ni el tratamiento para la anemia, ni para la sepsis. No podemos hacer tratamiento ninguno. Vamos a analizar la sangre de este hombre. Suero revitalizante diluido. Regenera 300 puntos de salud al instante y 150 puntos de salud en 15 segundos. Sí, muy bien, pero es que no tengo la mitad de los ingredientes.
William Bishop's blood is much more unstable than human blood and shows extensive mutation. But this is not what happened to me. I must keep on searching. The sun is about to rise. I can feel it. I'll continue tomorrow night. I have so much time now.
Pues sí, vamos a descansar. Y a ver qué podemos subir. Ciencia está bloqueado. Estos son los de matar violentamente. Pero sombrío, defensivas. Lanzas de sangre. Pero en realidad son todos violentos, ¿no? Aumenta tu capacidad de sangre. Bueno, por esta sí estaría bien. Y esta es sed incondicional. No, esto es de mordedura. Y esto es habilidad física. Esto también me mola. Y esta hace una barrera de sangre. No me llama mucho la atención. No. Ah, como ya somos nivel 5 ya podemos abrir esto. Entonces ahora podemos llevar 3 sueros. O... bueno, podemos. No podemos porque no tengo experiencia, pero podría. El número de balas o 3 sueros. Pues vale.
If I'm to stay here until my research is complete, I'd better learn to hide my true nature from the mortals. But what about my thirst for blood?
Ayuda a los... ¿cómo? Hospital Pembroke. Pero... ¿qué ponía? Ayuda al Hospital Pembroke a combatir la epidemia. Atiende a la puerta. Llama a la puerta y ni siquiera me he enterado. ¿Qué le ocurre, enfermera?
Yes, Nurse Crane? How can I help you?
I'm so sorry. I know Dr. Swansea wanted you to rest, but we have somewhat of a crisis.
A crisis, you say?
Our supply of antiseptics is nearly depleted. I was hoping there was another box up here, but...
Aquí no hay nada.
Sorry, there's nothing here.
Some of the patients won't last the night without them. Honestly, sir, I'm beside myself.
I may have a solution. In France, during the war, drugs shortage was a daily problem, and we had to use our wits to overcome the shortages.
However do you mean?
If combined correctly, certain household chemical products can be used in a pinch instead. Now, where's the hospital storeroom?
The storeroom? Fat chance. This is the Pembroke, and space is luxury we don't have. Everything used to be stored in the old morgue.
Perhaps I should look there first. Where is this morgue?
It's the large building behind the hospital. You'll need to go in the back door because it's been sealed off for sanitary reasons. Take this key. It opens a small back entrance at the end of a narrow street.
The abandoned morgue behind the hospital. A small door at the end of a narrow street. On my way then. Thank you, nurse.
Vale, pues nos ponemos en movimiento. No, aquí no puedo entrar. Voy Supongo que... Ah, mira, doctor Swansea. Claro, la mayoría de los médicos al ser turno de noche estarán durmiendo, entonces no se podrá entrar. Y si subimos por cotillear, pues tampoco. Nada, pues al callejón. A causa de la gripe, bueno, sí, son los mismos carteles de antes. Bolsa pequeña, tornillo. No se puede entrar. Aquí no, pero aquí sí. Blackwall Faubourg. Este distrito sí está en la mierda, ¿no? Mercader, escondite. Vamos a ir al jardín trasero, que para algo nos han dado la llave. Que por cierto es...
Thelma Howcroft said she was being watched by vampire hunters. Where are they hiding? I should investigate. It's locked.
Esto está cerrado. Con este hombre no hemos hablado todavía, ¿no?
Good evening. I'm Dr. Reid.
Always a pleasure to meet a colleague, sir. Especially when he was supposedly dead.
A colleague? Are you a doctor too?
Not anymore, sir. I used to be Dr. Rakesh Chadana. Now, I'm just Mr. Chadana, pawnbroker and humble guardian of this morgue.
What do you mean, you used to be a doctor? Was your license revoked?
No, sir. It is just that I like to be precise. I run a little pawn shop while taking care of the dead. But I used to be a real doctor.
A ver, su vida en Londres. Trabaja en
Do
solitario.
you work here alone?
Yes, very easy work, sir. All I have to do is watch a few bodies. The situation was very different when the main morgue was still open.
¿Por qué vigila estos cuerpos?
Why do you have to watch these bodies?
Because these poor fellows have no names. We keep them in case someone comes looking for the missing. Sadly, very rarely happens.
¿Por qué se cerró la morgue?
Why close the hospital's main morgue?
It was for sanitary reasons after the beginning of the epidemic. Cadavers had to be moved to the nearest mass grave.
¿No le da respeto estar rodeado de cadáveres?
Are you afraid or uneasy being surrounded by so many corpses?
Why should I? These bodies are empty vessels. Flesh left to decay. Poof. No soul anymore. All gone.
Igual un poquito de mal rollo sí debería de darte, ¿eh? Claro.
An interesting point of view. And quite an exotic one, too. Most people fear, or at least have a respect, for dead flesh.
Sir, as a medic during the war, I learned to face my death and the death of others. It's the pain we have to tame, not death itself.
Nueva pista. Rakesh no teme a la muerte desde que sirvió como médico. Mira, este está con agotamiento. Clay y Mortimer, los dos. Y este te da 3000, tío. Guau, y este 6000. La verdad que si mordiera la gente avanzaría súper rápido. Pero de momento no. ¿Cómo consiguió el trabajo?
How did you get this job?
After I left the army, I worked as an undertaker down by the docks. A dangerous place with many an unpleasant business there. Milton Hooks helped me get a job here.
¿Nos conocemos?
Have we met before?
I don't think so, sir. Why?
When we first talked, you said you were glad to meet me since I was reported dead.
Funny story, sir. Your sister came here a few nights ago.
Ah, conocí a la hermana.
And she was looking for your body. She must be very relieved now.
Ya te digo, hasta que no se lo cree. Preguntas personales. ¿Es usted prestamista?
A pawnbroker? I expect you get all types of people here.
Yes, sir. All kind of people. For I sell all kind of goods.
¿Quién viene aquí a negociar con usted?
Who comes here to trade with you? It's very unhygienic, even unsafe. Diseases can spread. For the customers, for the hospital.
I'm very cautious, sir. I've been a doctor, remember? And all my clients are good people. In fact, I think I only know good people.
¿Qué tipo de artículo vende?
What kind of goods?
With the quarantine, it's not always easy to buy things. So I trade, I exchange. Some people sell, some others buy. I like to help.
Ya, no me fío yo mucho de ti. ¿Qué es la vida después de esta?
Since you're not afraid of dying, do you believe in life after death, Rakesh?
No. I believe we must do all the good we can while alive. For our time is short, and the obstacles are endless.
Do you think you would enjoy immortality as a concept?
I don't think so. Don't mistake me. I love life, and I'd like to live a long life. But everything has to decay, sir. Even goodwill.
¿Las buenas intenciones no perduran?
Do you really believe goodwill cannot last?
As I said, sir, everything decays. If I was to never die, goodness, I would be bored or worse. And I like to be helpful, sir.
Quite depressing, wouldn't you say?
Yes, but the good news is, we'll all die before losing our humanity, sir.
¿Está preparado para morir?
So you're ready to die?
No, I am not. I don't fear death, for I won't see it. What troubles me is the pain my death will inflict to those I know.
You're a wise man, Mr. Chidana.
No, Dr. Reid. I am a foolish man. But I like to think otherwise.
Bueno, mira, ¿sabes lo que te digo? No he sacado nada en claro de hablar contigo. Hagamos un trato.
Please show me what you have to sell.
Of course. It's just trinkets and curios, really. But I'm sure they can be useful.
Ay, ¿tú qué tienes? Ah, mira, codeína. Pues... K5. ¿Y esto qué es? Opio. Una fórmula. Ostras, la fórmula vale 70, no me da. Vamos a llevar... Bueno. Uno de estos y uno de estos. Ya vendré por la fórmula. A ver, esta puerta está cerrada. Bookseller. Vale, ¿y el jardín trasero dónde está? Vamos siguiendo la brújula. Por aquí. Y por aquí. Ah, vale, es el edificio de al lado, ¿no?
Scowl voices in the garden. I should investigate. If they were to find somebody.
Mira, balas, que está muy bien. Cartucho de escopeta. Me molaría a ver si lo miro luego cómo cambiar del arma a 2 manos porque no tengo ni idea. Uf, ahí se están zampando algo, ¿no? Son nivel 6. Posible que me den la del pulpo. Nivel 6 y 7. Esto va a ser curioso. Espérate. ¿Aquí qué hay? ¡Guau! Chaval. No, 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 no. Oh, tío. A ver, un poquito de por favor. No, 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 no. No, no tengo para curarme. Mierda. Mierda. No, 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 no. No, no, tío, me va a matar. No sabía que me iban a matar.